Egocentric titles that send my BS detector into overdrive. Welcome to How Not to Suck. I'm your host, Dana Sanchez. And I believe you can tell a lot about a person by the title that they bestow upon themselves. Now, when I talk about titles, what I'm referring to here is professional titles. And also, when you sign up for title or for pages like business pages or business accounts on social media, quite often Facebook or Instagram, for example, will give you the option of choosing what type of business you are. And I don't know, lately this week, I've just been running into people with just crazy titles that make me go, you don't say. So, yeah, please don't say. Um, was it the other day? I field a lot of sales calls. So for my clients. So when people try to sell my clients advertising, they call me. I'm their marketing director. And I actually gave myself that title on purpose, not because I'm egocentric, but just because I want people to know who to talk to as far as otherwise I'd just be like, yeah, I help out with marketing, and that would give them no direction. So anyway, back to the story. I get a call last week from a guy selling advertising, and it's not really for a big, conglomerate. It's more for like a local sort of, just a very local medium. And I don't want to, like, if I tell you what it is, you guys will know. So I don't want to call them out on it. But what really interests me was when I scrolled down the email, because he sent me an email. And when I scrolled down the email, he called himself a corporate sales officer. And I was like, now I've been in corporate sales. I spent a lot of years in corporate sales. And we were always called like account executives. I mean, that's just what title we were given. It's what just came on our business card. But it's kind of funny because I think nowadays, especially with smaller companies, are like, they get a new employee and they're like, hey, we're going to order your business cards. What do you want on there? And, they allow the employee to choose their name, their phone number, their title, blah, blah, blah. And I think that I was like, corporate sales officer. And for me, I was like, wonder why he chose officer. Typically with officer, it's usually like chief financial officer, things like that. So I did a little digging. And the gentleman in question had been in the military. And it listed his rank. And it wasn't an officer. And he's out of the military. He's retired now. But I feel like maybe that he called himself a corporate sales officer. It's sort of like clicking because he wanted to be an officer, in the military, which God bless him. Thank you for serving. Nothing against that at all, but it just sort of made sense. But it did sort of like corporate sales officer for this little bitty company. And then today I was talking with, I had a client call me and want my opinion on purchasing a service from someone, like a digital service, an online marketing service. And he told me the guy's name. And, I did a little research, did a little digging, and pulled up his LinkedIn profile. And on LinkedIn, he had bounced around many times and just staying places like for a month or two. And this last venture that he's just only been at for 2 years. But I did some investigating, and it looked really legitimate. I mean, it looks like he's got a good plan and a good business model, and he's super dialed in. But when I pulled up his Facebook page, he listed himself as a public figure. He only has, I mean, just north of 150 followers. Here's the thing. If you are going to list yourself as a public figure, you damn well better be a public figure. I mean, please do not list yourself as a public figure. Oh, sorry. Rookie move. Please do not you list yourself as a public figure unless you put a lot of money and get a lot of people following you, or actually produce really good content and people will follow you anyway. And really, because you don't just get to skip. You don't get to skip the line and go, hey, I'm a public figure. Actually, you kind of do get to skip the line because Facebook does give you the option. Now, I call myself a product or service. It's what I am. I don't feel like I'm a public figure. I know I have friends that are public figures, or they would be considered definitely public figures. They don't even call themselves public figures. So, just be careful of that. I think this is why there was a bit of distrust. Because this person that was selling this product was like calling himself a public figure, but it didn't match up with what was shown online. Now, I am like so honest with my profile. Like, I will say, I I got fired. That's how I started my business. I'm honest with my story. If I was just starting out, I'd be like, this is what happened. When I was just starting out, I'm just like, hey, just starting out, just got fired from a radio job. Thought it'd be cool to help some people with their marketing. I didn't present myself as like, this public figure. I did call myself a marketing was it an activist? I did do that because I thought that was kind of cool. But now I'm listed as a marketing consultant, which is what I do, and a small business advocate, and a lip sync battle winner, which is definitely true, and I'm so proud of that. So, where Facebook asks if I've won any awards, I say, "Whoa, does lip sync battle winner count?" So, and I've actually had friends that I've looked up, people that are ex-coworkers that I've looked up on LinkedIn, and they're like claiming to be like executive vice presidents of these companies that we worked for that are no longer in business, that have been bought out. And I'm like, I don't remember you being the market vice president. It was market vice president. Just be careful, you guys. Get your ego in check. Don't call yourself a guru. Ugh. Pet peeve of mine. Don't call yourself a guru. Don't call yourself an expert unless you really are. No, don't even call yourself a guru. Let other people call you a guru if they're going to call you one. But, and if you really are an expert, you damn well better be an expert at that thing. You better be so great. Doesn't mean you have to know absolutely everything, but man, you better be good. Really good. So be careful of the self-titling, self-labeling, especially in this like kind of gig economy that we have right now, where people are just starting up their own businesses and, building their personal brands. Don't just shoot out of the gate calling yourself a public figure when you don't have the proof to back it up. Now, if you have a bunch of followers, thousands upon thousands of followers, I would say at least over 100,000 followers, and you've earned the right, then I would say, okay, but I know people personally that have over 500,000 followers and they don't call themselves public figures. And I guess it's a personal choice, but I'm just saying that it's going to set off some BS detectors if you present yourself as this, why not just come out and say, hey, look, I'm really new, but I have dialed this in. I've got great testimonials. It's working for people. I know I've only been in business for 2 years, but, I'd really like you to give me a shot. How much more believable is that than all these professional headshots? And authenticity. And a friend of mine, I just remembered, she's like, I hate the word authenticity. I know, it's used a lot, but I still like it. Authenticity sells when you are yourself and you are believable. But when you try to put on a front and try to put on a mask and try to wear a title that you didn't earn and you don't deserve yet, it can hinder you from getting business. That's all. That's all I want to say. So don't suck. Be amazing. Love you. Thanks for tuning in. And please, for the love of everything good, just give yourself a regular title. Thanks, guys. Till tomorrow.